All right, let's talk about liberating one of our most trusted tools from, the tyranny of the USB cable. If you've got that one favorite wired keyboard you've always wished you could use with a tablet or your phone, well, you are in exactly the right place.
Come on, you know the one. That perfect, full-size keyboard. The one with that satisfying click, where your fingers just seem to know exactly where to go. It's comfortable, it's reliable, it's just your keyboard.
But there's always a catch, isn't there? That wire, that darn wire. It keeps you tethered to one machine. And in a world where we're all using tablets and phones, it feels like a real anchor holding you back.
Yeah, the problem is pretty simple. Our very best, most trusted keyboards are often wired. They're stuck at the desk when they could be so much more versatile in our multi-device lives.
So what if you could cut the cord without having to replace the keyboard you already love? That's exactly what a project by a maker named CoStar does, and it uses this tiny little hero, the ESP32S3 microcontroller. It's a chip that's super easy to program with common tools like the Arduino IDE. Now, its superpower is something called USB on the go, or OTG for short. See, most small devices like this can only be a USB device, kind of like a flash drive you plug in. But with OTG, the ESP32S3 can act as the host, just like your computer does. It can listen to and control other USB devices, and believe me, that changes everything.
Honestly, the easiest way to picture this whole setup is to think of the little ESP32 as a tiny, clever translator. It listens to all the signals coming from the keyboard in the language of USB, and then it just rebroadcasts those exact same keystrokes in the language of Bluetooth, a language all our modern wireless devices can understand perfectly.
So how does this little piece of magic actually happen? Well, the process is surprisingly elegant and straightforward. Let's break down how that signal flows.
Okay, it's a simple four-step dance. First, your wired keyboard plugs right into the ESP32. Then, the ESP32 uses its OTG power to become the USB host. It grabs all the keyboard signals, translates them into Bluetooth Low Energy, or BLE, which is just a superpower-efficient version of Bluetooth. And then, boom, it beams them out wirelessly for your phone, tablet, or laptop to pick up. Just brilliant.
Of course, in the world of electronics, there's almost always a catch, right? You can't just plug a power-hungry keyboard into a tiny little chip and expect everything to work perfectly. We've got a fundamental problem we need to solve first.
It's all about power. The keyboard needs its own electricity to run, and so does the ESP32 that's doing all the translating. But that little microcontroller just can't provide enough juice on its own to run a full keyboard. So, what's the solution?
Thankfully, the fix is super simple and totally off the shelf: a powered USB hub. And this is great because it shows how flexible the project is. You can use a battery-powered hub for a completely mobile, on-the-go setup, or just plug in a standard 5-volt wall adapter for a permanent wireless station right at your desk. Easy. Now, here's where it gets really cool. This project doesn't just cut the cord. It actually adds a hidden superpower that a lot of expensive, fancy wireless keyboards have, turning your classic keyboard into a multi-device powerhouse. And it all comes down to this number: 3. So what's so special about the number 3? Because you can pair your newly wireless keyboard with up to 3 different devices at the same time. Just imagine typing an email on your laptop, then hitting a quick key combo to instantly switch over and reply to a text on your phone, all with the same keyboard. That is a serious workflow upgrade. This just opens up a whole world of possibilities. Your single, most trusted keyboard can now be the main input for your phone, your tablet, and your laptop, all without ever having to plug in and unplug a single cable. It's all about making your best tool work everywhere you do.
And this really gets to the heart of why this project is so great. As the source article from Hackaday puts it so well, it's about extending the usefulness of gear you already have with something simple and affordable.
You see, ultimately, this isn't just a cool tech demo. It's really a philosophy. It's about being creative, maybe reducing a little waste, and just making your favorite things even better and more suited to your life today. It's empowerment through technology, really.
And that kind of leaves us with a final thought. This simple project unshackled a keyboard. It makes you wonder, with a little bit of ingenuity, what other wired device in your life is just sitting there waiting to be set free?